The gray gloom of the sky mirrored the state of Subaru's heart. In front of Krush's mansion, 6 dragon carriages lined up in a row. Those that fled from the Rosewell domain, the villagers of Arlem, or so the place was called. They were all loaded up. Only the final special carriage was reserved for Subaru and Amelia. The road is long, so unlike the way here, they won't be riding with the children. Also, because there is a mountain of things he has to say to Amelia, Subaru prearranged it so they could be alone. I will become rather lonely. Silently gazing at the dragon carriages, Subaru heard a voice from behind him. Turning to see, it was Krush looking at him. Her long green hair caressed by the misty wind, she closed her eyes and reached her hand into Subaru's hair, messing it up. It's not like anything will happen if I stay here. I'd feel bad to just keep sponging on your hospitality. To be honest, I really should be taking some time to recover, but it can't be helped. Opening and closing his hands, Subaru thought about the state of his health and smiled awkwardly. Back then, it was to recover his health that he came to Krush's mansion in the first place. Rosewall had a hand in sending him here, and it still annoys him to see that clown's wishes fulfilled so perfectly. As a matter of principle, even if he fulfills any of that guy's wishes, it should be by continually stomping it. Natsuki Subaru-sama, you know you're welcome to sponge here as long as you like, even though it's hard to say that out loud. Thank you for your offer, but while I want to, there is still a pile of loose ends I need to tie up. The white whale, sloth, and the whole deal with the Merchants Guild. Declining Krush's offer, Subaru shook his head. He was thinking of Julius and Anastasia. Out of the 3 factions that joined forces against the White Whale and Sloth, only Anastasia's purely benefited. Krush's camp, by slaying the White Whale, had accomplished a glorious feat 400 years in the making. But Krush's amnesia was a devastating blow. As for Subaru and Amelia's camp that defeated Sloth, the supposedly well-informed Rosewall's absence from it all doesn't bode well at all. In terms of casualties, although they didn't suffer heavy losses like Krush's camp, to Subaru his loss was far too great to bear. In comparison, only losing a portion of her mercenaries and supply trains, Anastasia's forces are almost completely intact. And even though she wasn't the main player in either battle, her forces made a tremendous contribution with minimal losses, a highly profitable investment. While the damage to their forces made the other 2 factions hesitate in publicizing their victories, it was not a concern for Anastasia. In order to check Anastasia's ascent, close coordination between Krush and Amelia's factions will be necessary. Seeing Subaru deep in those thoughts, Krush yawned lazily. Subaru's brows frowned when he saw this, and Krush, an embarrassed expression on her face, only waved with her hands. Sorry to be so sentimental, but I'm ashamed I can't repay you for your kindness. The ones that repay favors right away are not worthy opponents. Don't worry about it when there is so much on your plate. Besides, we've received plenty in return already. Listening to Krush's courteous words, Subaru turned to look at the front of the special carriage. Compared to the others, it looked like an overly decorated, high-class VIP dragon carriage. And the honor of pulling it goes to such an unambitious request. You want to treat this ground dragon's wounds and take care of her. I do owe this ground dragon a great deal. Even though it's only been a relatively short time, the number of times we rode into the brink of death is more than I can count, and I intend to face many more challenges together with her. So I won't consider Patrasche to be a toy. In that case, I have no need to worry. The ground dragon, Patrasche, glanced at Subaru as he spoke, and then, as if rejecting his admiration, turned to Wilhelm. The old swordsman, who up till now had been checking the carriages before their departure, nodded at the conversation. Diane is the most difficult breed of ground dragons to please. To shield her master with her own body, Subaru must be quite adored by this ground dragon. Even though I don't remember much, before the battle with the white whale, I just decided to choose this one all of a sudden. It's true they have a bond. This was more than fortunate, because if he picked any other ground dragon, whether it's the white whale or Beetlegoose, he would not have made it out alive anyway. I can no longer be satisfied by any other ground dragon besides you. Seductive Patrasche, touching the smooth texture of the side of Patrasche's stomach with the palm of his hand, as if to show off his affections. Subaru looked into Patrasche's rather pissed-off looking eyes. To Subaru's overly intimate molestation, the ground dragon reacted with an expression of profound disgust from the bottom of its heart, and jerked his body as if to break Subaru's fingers. Ow! That's overreacting just to hide your embarrassment. Though with all that exercise wiping windows back in junior high, my fingers won't break so easily. The ground dragon is joking with you. Such amiable communication must be an indication of the unwavering trust between you two. Does that look like communication? It seemed to be just me offering my love one-sidedly and Patrasche rejecting me with her body language. That unspoken trust on the battlefield is woefully absent right now. Now it's just a sassy attitude, but in the end, even with the cold demeanor, Patrasche allowed him to pet her.